It is so important to teach all the things that you need your horse to understand under saddle before you're actually sitting in the saddle.
So I want him to accept me back here, and a go forward cue is my kiss.
Dewey's hesitation is confusion, not defiance.
Good. 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 So I'm going to want to make sure my go forward cue is installed right now, because obviously once I climb on him, he's got to not be afraid of going forward independently. Good. So see if we can steer him back this way. Good. 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 So I'd like to see him get a little cadence to his steps, make sure that he's feeling confident about walking with me in this position. Now we're starting to get a little more, I'd like him to stay a little more focused on me. Good. See if I can turn him this way. Look where I'm going, pull my hand out off to the side. I want him to be able to learn from the beginning that he can see my hand come off the side of him, because when you start youngsters, you spend more time with your hands kind of out off the horse in their peripheral vision, so you're going to want to make sure that in this stage, doing this exercise, you're already showing them, you know, that your hand might stick out that way, or your hand might stick out this way. Good. Good. So he's a little confused. I'm going to tell him who. He's a little confused. I'm moving around with my other chestnut crew. Moving around over there. Got his attention. So I'm going to let him stop and look and let him know that what we just did was fun. Yeah. I've always been tempted to throw him with that group because I'll have like a whole big chestnut group. But he's so bonded in as far as a playmate with his brother, and that's an older group of horses. They're teenagers, and one's going to be 21 and one's going to be 20 this year, so they don't want to play with this little guy. So I want him to stay with his brother, but I think it would be cute to have a whole group, whole big group of chestnuts, all with different facial markings, because one has a small blaze, one has a big blaze, one has a star, and then he has like a half a face. Okay, so can I ask him to go?
Now, what I'm going to start looking for is snappy departures.
If I kiss,
is there a big delay before he starts to walk off, or does he step off with confidence?
Good. And my hand goes relaxed. Good. As soon as he does the forward movement. Can I steer him? We're not going to see those horses, so can I steer him away and encourage him to keep going? Because we don't want him to get sucked up under any circumstance. We don't want his feet to get sticky under any circumstance. Good. So a single kiss for my horses means walk or keep going in whatever gait they're in. So if they're trotting and I recognize a little hesitation in the possible break of that trot to a walk, I'll give them a single kiss to ask them to stay trotting. I'm going to kiss here to just keep him focused on me, pulling on me. Gave him a little bump to say, that's not why we're out here.
There will come a time when I can single kiss them up into a walk, and I never have to kiss again. But while they're learning, my lips get pretty dry.
Yep. And if they're trotting and they actually successfully break from the trot to a walk, then I have to kiss them with this double kiss cue to get them trotting again. I shouldn't have been talking. I should have asked him to keep walking. I shouldn't have allowed him to get that big of a delay, because you allow too much of a delay with the wrong answer, then the wrong answer can be misunderstood as right. So obviously we need him to see. Okay, so I'm going to say who.
Now let's check our lateral flexion.
See if we can get him to bend his nose around over here without moving his feet. Nope. So I want to see if I can get him to bend around here to his elbow without moving his feet. He stops moving his feet. I'll give back. Can you bend your head around without moving your feet? Oh, unfortunately, he stepped as I was releasing. So if I need him to not put there. I need him to not have any pressure on that. You guys can't see. So here. So there are going to be times I'm going to get out of screen and I'm not going to be worried about it. I'll go ahead and fix him now, but I'm not going to worry about being out of screen. Get really going because you're not that important to the situation. He's more important. So if I get out of screen, so I'll go ahead and if I can get his head around. Good. So this is my emergency stop, my one rein stop. I do it to the left only. I do bend them. I do laterally flex them both directions, but I ask him to do a one rein stop to the left only, which stop. Now he's pulling on me. Good. Because I don't want to have to wonder, oh, which way did I bend him so I know which side to get off the horse, because you get off the horse so automatically on the side that you were taught. So I would always jump off on this side of the horse. So I always do my bend to the left as my one rein stop. I don't exercise the one rein stop to the right. So my parking brake is always to the left. Good. Good. But I am going to do lateral flexion. I am going to make sure that I can get him to bend both sides to his elbow without moving his feet. When he stops moving his feet, I'll release. Oh, I released and then he kept moving his back feet, so he's going to think it's about his back feet. So when you release is what registers for him. So if I release right now and he's still moving now, okay? But if I released when his back feet were moving, which is kind of what happened, I could potentially convince him that the back feet moving is the answer. So that would be his automatic, and I don't want that to be, well, I don't want it to be his automatic, not in this there.
Let's talk rein cues.
He needs to know the different rein cues. So this is come to your elbow, don't move your feet. Come to your elbow, don't move your feet. So if he doesn't do it 3 times successfully in a row, then I'd consider the next time he does it right is the first time. So it's always 3 times successfully in a row. He didn't straighten his head out very much, but okay, now he did. See if we can get him around to his elbow. That's twice successfully without moving his feet. Good job. Yeah, you don't have to stay here, but it's okay that you stay here. Yeah. But the longer it takes you to straighten your head out, the longer I'm going to stand here doing this. There you go. Good boy. And then back to his elbow. Good. Now, the direct rein is the only thing I'm going to need today, as far as like if I'm going to go through all the rein cues. And so the first thing I do is I get him to his elbow without moving his feet, and then I take my hand off him. And that's to tell his front feet to do something. So I'm going to ask his nose to come around to his elbow again without moving his feet. Without moving his feet. Good. And then I'm going to come off of him and say, now I want you to move your feet. Good. Good. All right, come on. He doesn't know what I want him to do, so he's getting a little busy with his feet. So anytime horses get unconfident or get worried about what they should be doing, they get what I call fire in their feet. So he'll start to get worry in his feet, and then he'll start moving his feet. He's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing something. And that's where that comes from. That comes from just not knowing what you want from them. So then when the horses start getting anxious in their feet, you want to make sure you give them something they do understand so that they can, good. So first to the elbow without moving your feet, back to the elbow without moving your feet, now off of him for the feet. Good. And I'm only looking for the front feet, but I'm not going to sit here and get mad at him that he's moving the rest of his body as long as the message when I release is to the front feet. So again, to the elbow, not moving your feet. Off his body for the front feet. So these are my steering cues. So I'm just holding, I'm not pulling on him. I'm not doing anything different. I'm just, shoot. My neighbors are coming over. They almost never visit, but they're going to visit now. Good. So, sorry about that. I'm going to have to send them to my husband. Who's that? So, we're going to have to go visit with somebody. Yeah. That's okay. It's good. He got, he did well. So I'm going to let him soak on that.